Well, it is the top of the hour, so I want to be mindful of everyone's time today and just appreciate everyone joining from around the state for this first AHEC webinar kickoff for the year. We really appreciate you being here. I'm Becky Ramey. I work at the state program office, and I aim to really find some collaborative pieces that we all can do together statewide. And for scholars in particular, we work with the curriculum, helping develop it. I see Chip and Marcus and Lamont online. Do you want to take a minute to introduce yourselves to this group?
Hello, Lamont. This is Chip.
Sure, I'll start it off. I'm Marcus Fitz. I'm the program coordinator for the Southeast Alabama AHEC Scholars Program. I see a few of my people on. Hello, thanks for joining, everyone. Excited about this group and this year, and I'm just excited all in general. It's a good time to be a AHEC scholar and a good time to be a coordinator. So, welcome, everyone.
Thanks, Marcus. Chip, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Chip Tucker, and I'm the coordinator or director, whatever we're calling it now. I think coordinator for East Central Alabama AHEC. I live in Gadsden. Look forward to meeting some of y'all. It's a good. I would say ditto to what Marcus said. A good time to be in AHEC Scholars.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if my screen is moving or not, but I know my screen is kind of going in and out. But my name is Lamont Dupree, and I'm the Associate Director for North Alabama AHEC and the coordinator for our AHEC Scholar Program. And I do see some of my students here, so I'm glad that you all were able to come. And just looking forward to this being an extraordinary year. So.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves and talking a little bit about where you're from. So one of the things, and I don't see Iqbal on, and just want to make sure, and Adrian. Adrian is the West Central Alabama AHEC Scholars Coordinator, and Iqbal.
I'm here, Becky.
Oh, thank you. I didn't see you. Yeah. It must have been on another page. So,
yes,
okay. Do you want to introduce yourself? Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adrian Collier, and I'm the Senior Program Manager at the West Central Alabama AHEC. Next week, I've been there for 6 years. Did my undergrad studies at the Alabama A&M University and graduate studies at Grand Canyon University. In January, I will be pursuing my doctoral studies at Baylor University. So welcome to the program, everyone, and so looking forward to working with you all.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And anyone from Southern Alabama AHEC on the line? I just want to be careful since I missed earlier.
Lauren is.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And I believe probably Iqbal has been in touch with you as that program is shifting just a bit. Well, I wanted to start out today as, oh, thank you, Morgan. Yeah, good to see you too. So would y'all like to, why don't we do this? Since we'll see each other, why don't we just take a few minutes to go around the room, and as I call your name, if you would just take a minute and introduce yourself, what your discipline is and what school you're from, and probably what district or what center you're working with too. And then that way we can start to get to know each other a little bit better. And then as we go through this conversation, this is going to be a conversation today. We really want you to learn a little bit more about AHEC statewide and then also nationally, and part of the breadth of the organization that you have just joined and how you can get the most out of it. So I'm just going to go from my screen and who's online, and iPhone 165. Would you mind going first? And it's because your screen's on, so it's showing you up at the top. Yeah, you. Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, I thought I had my name on there. But I'm Siani Tillery Baxter. My major is biomedical sciences with a concentration in public and global health. I attend South Alabama University and I'm with the South Alabama AHEC.
Thank you. Hillary. Hillary Richards.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes. Hi, my name is Hillary Richards. I'm with the North Alabama AHEC, and I attend Alabama A&M University in Communication Sciences and Disorders. Goal, of course, to become a speech language pathologist, and very excited to be part of the program. I'm going to have to leave y'all in probably about 25 minutes. I'm working as a rehab tech at the moment in Compass Health, so I'll have to go back into work, but very much looking forward to learning more about what all we're going to do.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Savannah. Then we'll go to Anastasia next.
Hey, I'm Savannah. I am with the North Alabama AHEC Scholars Program. I am a third-year med student at UAB up here in Huntsville for my third-year rotations, and very excited to start working with y'all.
Fantastic. Thank you. Anastasia Davis. Anastasia Davis. And then we'll go to Eczema. Eczema. I know I'm catching you off guard, maybe. All right. Deanne, and then we'll go to Sabrina next. Welcome, Deanne.
Hey, I am not an AHEC scholar. I am the board president for the East Central Alabama Area Health Education Center, and I'm look forward to hearing all of the projects and the ideas everyone has.
Hey, thank you. Sabrina.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Lego. I am attending Troy University. My major is social work with a focus on mental health, and I am part of the Southeast group.
Right. And next on mine is Rachel Watts, and I want to take a moment to recognize Rachel too. She works with us in the statewide AHEC office and started with us as an AmeriCorps Vista and has really jumped in light of some staffing changes and really taken some leadership and some ownership. And so really appreciate Rachel setting these up. You may have received the reminder from her today. And Rachel, you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, hi, I'm Rachel. My camera would be on, but I am feeling sick, so I apologize. But yeah, I'm really excited to work with AHEC. Love them very much. They've been very nice, very lovely people. So I'm excited for you guys to have a great year. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Jasminica. And then Alyssa.
Hello. Hi, I'm Jasmika. I am a third-year doctoral student at South Alabama in the clinical and counseling combined psychology program. And I'm a part of the South AHEC program at South.
Okay. Thank you. Alyssa Johnson and Alyssa Brown.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Johnson. I'm a senior nursing major at Tuskegee University, and I'm a part of the Southeast AHEC.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Brown. I'm a PA student at University of South Alabama, and I'm a first year.
Thank you. Rayon. Jasmine.
Hi, I'm Rayon. I'm a UAH student. I'm getting my undergrad degree in biology, and I'm hoping to apply to med school next year. And I'm with Lamont in the North Branch.
Wonderful. Thank you. Jasmine, and then we'll go for Morgan Wofford. Yeah. Thank you, Jasmine. You're a first year physician's assistant student at University of South Alabama. Appreciate that. Morgan and then Lydia.
Hi everyone, my name is Morgan Wofford. I'm a junior speech and hearing science major at the University of South Alabama, and I'm a part of the Southern AHEC with ITBAL.
Wonderful. Lydia and Lexi.
Hi, my name is Lydia Wilson. I will have my camera on, but I'm tuning in from work. I'm a third year pharmacy student with the Harrison College of Pharmacy at Auburn University, and I'm a member of the Southeast AHEC Scholars.
Thank you. Lexi and Karen. Yeah.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Hey, so my name is Lexi. I'm a second year doctoral student in the audiology program here at Auburn, and I would have my camera on, but I'm currently driving to a clinic that we're currently working with in Lafayette, Alabama. So thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, please be careful. Yeah. I'm glad you don't have
Yes,
your
ma'am. I sure will.
Okay. And then Karen and Katie.
Yes, hi everyone. I am Carrie Ann Moon. I'm currently completing my third year in pharmacy school at Auburn University, and I am a part of the Southeast Alabama AHEC program.
Wonderful. Katie Johnson. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Johnson. I go to University of West Alabama. I'm a psychology major, so I'm part of the West Central Alabama AHEC.
Fantastic. Ashton and Lauren.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashton Mariner. I'm in the North Alabama AHEC. I'm a second year dental hygiene student at Wallace State Community College.
Okay, fantastic. And then Lauren, yeah.
I'm Lauren Dozier. I'm sorry, my camera's not on. I am home recovering from after having a PE. I am a second year scholar and a junior at the University of South Alabama in a concentration in radiologic sciences, focusing on X-ray and CT.
And you take care of yourself.
Yes.
I will. Thank you. It's good to be home. I was at Thomas for almost a week.
That's tough.
Chigozie and Timothy and Kylie.
Hey everyone, my name is Chigazia Chinakwe, but everyone just calls me Joy to avoid being called Chick-fil-A or Sacagawea. I'm a third year pharmacy student at Auburn University. And what else was I supposed to say about myself? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Your program, your discipline, did you already say that your discipline?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm with the Southeast AHEC Center under Marcus Fitz.
Okay. Thank you. And you have a beautiful name, but Joy, I can also hear the joy in your voice, so I could see how that would be a good name as well. Timothy and Kylie, and then with Savannah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Timothy. I am a senior at the University of Alabama in math and chemistry on the pre-medical track, and I am with the West Alabama.
Okay, thank you. Kylie?
Oh, sorry. Hi, my name is Kylie. I am a PA student here at South. And was there anything else we needed to answer? Sorry.
Your year?
Oh, I'm a first year.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hi, Savannah. And then we'll go Chandler and Kelsey. Oops. Savannah's connecting to audio. Chandler, do you mind going ahead and introducing yourself? Chandler, Kelsey, and
Yes. Hey, everyone. My name is Chandler Henson. I'm a third year medical student at the University of South Alabama. And sorry, my camera's on. I'm actually at a conference in Austin right now, but I'm with the Southern branch down here in Mobile. Happy to be part of the program.
yeah, thank you. Kelsey and Alexis.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey. I apologize. I'm a little bit sick right now. I attend the University of South Alabama. I am a biomedical sciences major, and I am a first year, a part of the Southern AHEC program here in Alabama.
Hey, thank you. Lexi, or Alexis and then Lexi, yeah.
Hi, I'm Alexis. I am a third-year biomedical sciences major over here at the University of South Alabama, and I am a second-year Southern Alabama AHEC scholar.
Thank you. Lexi and Brant, you a chance?
I think I already went. It's just I accidentally left the call and came back in. I'm sorry.
Got it. Okay, no. I apologize for that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. I know we missed a couple of people, but I know some people may not be able to talk either. So if you do want to introduce yourself and I missed you, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Savannah?
Hi, I'm Savannah Townley. I'm a first year PA student at University of South Alabama, part of the Southern Alabama AHEC.
Wonderful. Anyone else before we move on? Well, thank you for introducing yourselves. I know for me, just hearing the breadth of knowledge and skills and the interest that you guys have is tremendous. And so what this is an interdisciplinary program. And I really wanted you guys to see that as we talked about who was on the call, who's a part of your cohort, and really seeing how we can work in interdisciplinary teams to better the health of Alabama. So I'm going to jump into a presentation real quick. And I know some people already said that they had to leave early. I don't foresee this taking the full rest of the time, but I do want to just take some time to recognize the network of AHEC that you're a part of, and then also open it up for any additional questions. Does that sound good? Okay, I'm going to share my screen, but it looks like what it's going to share is not the full. I think if I share this, are y'all seeing the who we are screen, or are you seeing the, yes.
Who we are. Okay,
perfect. So as mentioned, AHEC is part of a much larger consortium across the state. The AHEC's programs were developed by Congress in 1971. It came to Alabama about 13 years ago now. And really the mission of AHEC is to enhance access and quality to healthcare. Our mission is to recruit, train, and retain a healthcare workforce for rural and underserved communities. And so the way we do that in Alabama is through the 5 centers that you guys are all a part of. About 7 years ago, HRSA said, we really want to have some commonality, some common thread between all of these 300 plus AHEC centers. I believe there's 352 AHEC centers across the nation now after this last grant cycle. And that was the reason that they had kind of developed the Scholars Program, was really so that all the centers could have the scholars that were in professional degree-seeking programs and that were interested in healthcare in a rural or underserved community. And so knowing that, we also know that in rural and underserved communities, there may not be a whole lot of providers. And so we encourage you through the curriculum to be able to look left and look right and to really start to understand those other members of the team, or understand how you might be the only provider that someone sees, that a patient sees. And so how can you help identify some of those issues that maybe aren't going to be seen for years down the road because they don't visit a provider regularly. So again, this is our mission. and what we do as an organization, as a statewide organization. And from our perspective is, again, we really want to get students early in the pipeline in high school programs and in middle school programs interested in healthcare fields. And then we work with providers on continuing education. The Scholars Program that you're a part of, that's really what we're going to talk about more about today. And then our goals, again, to influence the training of health professions to, oh, that's the same, skip. Okay. So this is our team here. Dr. Mike Faircloth is the program director. And then I'm the associate director in the statewide office. And these are the executive directors at the various centers. So hopefully you'll get to meet them as you continue about your program through AHEC Scholars. And then, of course, you guys have already met the program coordinators, the Scholars Program coordinators that are on the call today. We really appreciate all the hard work that they do to keep you guys engaged and to really make sure that you matriculate through the program. So some of our accomplishments statewide, we have direct relief grant that we were able to secure for the AHEC Scholars Program. Last year, this helped us to update our curriculum based on what former scholars had said. We were also able to gather together 3 times in various locations in person. The first one, we had a talk about health equity and health disparities. And it was a wonderful, I wonder if anyone was able to attend that talk. It was at the Civil Rights Institute in Birmingham. And I would love for someone just to tell about that experience. If you, Marcus Lamont, I know you both were there, and Adrian. But what we learned from that event is we had not gathered scholars together in person, and we continued to hear even after the event that was something that the scholars wanted, that was something that the coordinators wanted, to see more events where we were together as a statewide entity and being able to pull and to show that network of individuals. And so then we had another event around oral health in April in conjunction with the Alabama Rural Health Association meeting. And during that meeting, again, we talked about the oral health issues facing many of the citizens in the state of Alabama. I think, and Chip can answer more of these questions because he is also a trained dentist, a retired dentist. And so that's a topic that's close to his heart. But the oral health issues facing the state are severe. And there's so many things that we can tell about the health of an individual based on oral health issues. And so to give a broad overview of some of those issues, that was what we were trying to do during that session, that pre-conference session. And then we also opened up going to the National AHEC Association meeting. So nationally, the AHECs get together every other year. And this year it happened to be in Salt Lake City. And there were over 300, I think it was over 300 scholars that attended this meeting. This was the first meeting of this type where scholars were even able to attend, because again, this program only started 7 years ago. And then when COVID hit, it was not, we weren't able to meet in person. And so this was an exciting time. The HRSA group got a great deal of feedback from scholars about how to better the program and really continue to work with it. I'm going to pause right there for just a minute and ask if you guys have any questions before I move on. I want this to be more of a conversation, and I feel like that I'm just talking. Or if there's any other additional thoughts from anyone that was able to attend any of the events.
Oh, I will say this for the dental hygiene student. Day in and day out, they do as much or more for patients than anybody else in the healthcare arena. They should get kudos for that.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that compliment. I really appreciate that, coming from the dental hygiene student in here. I do want to add, Miss Becky, since you're saying all of this stuff. It's such a good thing to hear this, especially entering this new year, because when I went to Salt Lake City, Utah, a lot of people were super confused that there were people from all over the United States. So it was a blessing to just go and interact with the different states and just see what everyone's kind of accomplished throughout it and get together. But I just wanted to say thank you for having this meeting today, because it really helps the new AHEC scholars know how big this is and what a amazing thing to be a part of.
Yes. And Ashton, would you like to tell any more about your experience? I know you guys got to do, or you had the opportunity to do the volunteer work during the conference, but then also meeting and giving a lot of feedback. Anything else about the conference?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say some of the big things that we went and saw. So since we went to Salt Lake City, Utah, we went to the Humanitarian Center to just understand the culture, right? When you think of Utah, you think of Mormons, which is not a bad thing to think about, but we were able to understand what the religion Mormons and what they do and what they're for. And then we also were able to make packages, like hygiene packages, yes, hygiene packages for the homeless center in Salt Lake City, Utah, downtown. We were able to give them food and waters and just talk to them and let them know the resources that they had. We all felt a little awkward because we weren't dressed down. We were in our conference clothes. So that was an adjustment that we had to tell them just what everybody felt like. We just didn't feel as comfortable with that, but it was still really fun. And the people there were very kind and very responsive to us. And we're just thankful that they got food and hygiene packets that day. And then we were also able to, it was so cool. We were in a big hotel and we were able to listen to many different people, again, from all over the state and see what it is that they do and just see the students and, like I said, interact. It was really fun.
Thank you, Ashton. I appreciate that. So again, being part of a greater network. Chip, were you going to say something? I apologize if I jumped in too early.
No, I was just concurring, agreeing with her. Yeah, it was a nice conference. Learned a lot.
Yes. Yeah. So again, our goal is to recruit and retrain and educating the workforce. And I've already mentioned that these are some of the ways that we do it. Certificate programs, that's another way where we can work with you guys. If you're interested in learning more about a certificate program, that is something that we can help facilitate too. And continuing education, as I mentioned earlier, for once the practitioners are in the field. So we want to keep you. We want you to be lifetime involved with AHEC. And once you graduate the Scholars Program, we would like to continue our relationship with you and provide a network for you as you continue to reach your professional goals. This is not a 2-year program and you're out if you don't want it to be. And we certainly would love to maintain that relationship and to cultivate a long-term network for you. And one of the things that we've seen within the AHEC centers is we are really addressing public health needs. So throughout your time in Scholars, you may see opportunities in these areas to really get involved. As I mentioned, certificate training programs, one of the things that our North Alabama AHEC Center has been leading is this CHW, the Community Health Worker certification. I'm working with a coalition to try to create a curriculum where all community health workers are trained the same way and have a state recognized certification, which they do not right now. Telehealth training, I know that has been more of an issue. We're going to continue to see that be an issue. A lot of conversations. I just came back from a meeting, literally this morning, just came back from a meeting in New York. And the conversation was all about telehealth innovation. How are we going to use wearables now for these telehealth visits? How reliable are the current wearables? So we were talking about the wearables that are in the ear versus on the arm. And so I think we're going to see more and more innovation and more training coming through the telehealth area. Health literacy. I know that right now, Southeast Alabama AHEC has a program going on, and with the city of Montgomery doing health literacy. There's also a community community institute coming up, and it is actually on Halloween. It is October 31st, and it is all about health literacy. And we're happy to share that information with you as well. It's hosted by the Center for Clinical and Translational Science. I know one of the speakers on the agenda is Dr. John Waits, who leads Cahaba Medical Center here in Alabama, and who does a really good job with recruiting and retaining a workforce or healthcare workers in rural communities. And then again, the opioid crisis, I wanted just to mention that real quick. What we have seen is scholars have had the opportunity to work in all of these different fields throughout the pandemic, and will continue to have those opportunities locally to work at different venues to share messaging about these different public health issues. I want to pause right there and again ask our coordinators if you want to say anything about how some of your scholars have worked in the communities with some of these programs.
I'll just real quick say that, wait a minute. I'll just say that, you know, it's been a privilege to be able to have some of my scholars not only work in the communities initially, but I've had some that have actually gotten hired because of their work working in the communities. We've hired some to work as community health workers. We've also had some hired by some of our community partners. So it's not just that you're out there making things happen. It's also, like Becky said, just building a network that we can support you going forward throughout your career.
Thank you. And taking advantage of those opportunities to network. That's another thing I will say, Lamont, too, is for you guys to be in places and spaces where you're being introduced and you're getting to know the people that you want to know and that can hire you and that will have jobs available for you. Anyone else? Chip, Marcus, Adrian, you want to add anything?
I'll just echo what Lamont said about students going through the program and actually coming back to work in our communities. I have several nurse practitioners that are actually practicing in our actual counties. So it's not that you're doing the work and, you know, there aren't rewards to reap, because there definitely are. So, you know, as long as you stay the course with us, then great things always happen.
Yeah, just piggybacking on what they're saying. I'm sorry, Chip.
No, you go ahead. I'll tell you, go ahead.
But no, it's an opportunity to build your brand as a student coming out to these events. We don't mandate that you come out, but the benefits and rewards as far as networking and building relationships and getting cards and meeting people and other vendors in the community. It's a tremendous opportunity to show face and introduce yourself in this space as a future health professional.
And I think the questions that I wanted, that I always want my scholars and students to ask is, when they get off campus onto a working site where healthcare people are really working, the question is, okay, they should want to know how they do it in their training in academia, and then, okay, the question when they get out in the workforce, how do y'all do it? So need to know both. Sometimes there are little differences.
Yeah. So have the book knowledge and the application knowledge as well, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. One of the things, we had a HRSA site visit, and our program officers came from Washington and spent the week with us, and they met with all of the centers, and some of the scholars, even maybe some of you, came out and met with our two advisors from HRSA. The thing that they said is they have never seen a state so poised to really be a leader in healthcare like AHEC is right now. So their comments were, you know, AHEC has such great opportunity in the state to help be a change maker and really make a difference and an impact. And so that's really what we're trying to work through and work on, working with these different puzzle pieces to create a more healthier Alabama, a healthier Alabama. How about that? And we are doing that in many ways with many partnerships. Somebody going to say something? So I think through all of this, I hope today you've taken away that you are part of a bigger organization, that even the people that you see on your Canvas site, that's not all. It's this group, your statewide group, but then there's also a national group. And the national group, they are addressing and having to learn about the same topics that you guys are. So all 8 of the topics that you'll learn about through the Canvas course are the same 8 topics that Utah is learning, that Alaska, that Hawaii is learning about. And so what you'll find is that this network and this extracurricular activity that you have decided to engage in through scholars is really going to just continue to broaden your understanding of healthcare. And I appreciate your interest, and I'm so thankful for each of you being willing to take on an endeavor to commit to healthcare across the state of Alabama. And I hope that, this process will even make you feel more prepared for that. So I will take a few minutes and open it up for questions, comments, feedback.
Are we able to get a potential copy of the presentation that you gave today, if possible?
Yes, I can. Yes, Rachel, could I ask you to help with that, help facilitate that?
Yes, I will send it out to everyone.
Thank you.
So I'm Deanne Summerall. I'm the board president for East Central Alabama. And what I want to remind everybody is you're learning to be a scholar. You're going to be looking for preceptors. So when you graduate, work 1 year to the day, and then call the AHEC that you came from and say, I want to be a preceptor. Because you are going to gain a lot of knowledge that some students may not be able to get, but you'll be able to help them. And we battle daily with finding students clinical sites. So take advantage of your sponsor, your directors, your AHEC directors, and network. I'm going to tell you I used to tell my kids, it's not about who you know, it's what you do. No, I'm going to tell you in reality, it's who you know. So get out, meet people, go up, introduce yourself, tell them that you're an AHEC scholar, because you're our best advertisement for what we're doing. We still have people in Alabama who don't know what AHEC is, and we need to let everybody know. And the second thing is the central office advocated strongly to get a tax credit for preceptors. So when you're with your preceptors, tell them, do you know about the tax credit? They're going to say no. And then you're going to contact Lamont or whomever, and they're going to be able to tell them. But please push that out, because that's a great incentive. As a nurse practitioner who used to work in rural areas, I was always looking for some way to save money. And this is a great way. Sorry, Becky.
No, that's perfect. Thank you, Deanne. And this is, Deanne introduced herself as the chairperson of the East Central Alabama AHEC, but she's a nurse practitioner. She has lived this life. She is dedicated. She's been on phone calls with us when she's been the nurse at the camp, the local children's camp. She serves as the nurse there so that my kids can go to a camp. And so really appreciate your service and all that you continue to do in rural communities and underserved communities. Yeah.
I do have a question for Deanne.
Yeah, go ahead.
I work as a student x-ray tech at South Baldwin. If I let them know I was an AHEC scholar, would they qualify for that tax write-off discount?
It probably, but you have to be in a rural area, but I would think South Baldwin would qualify. Don't you, Becky?
I do, and I also want to say that if they are receiving compensation for another student, then they would not be able to get the tax incentive.
And
So
if you're being paid, so like they're not supposed to, but some students pay a preceptor and they would not be eligible for that compensation.
and,
So
and some, yeah, and some schools pay their preceptors as well. A number of the private schools have moved in that direction because preceptors are such a hot commodity is what I'll say. And so I think that this tax incentive is just a little bit of a thank you more than anything else. So the state is recognizing the service as teaching in these communities.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me.
And I will throw out there for the students, just because you pay a preceptor money does not mean they're going to pass you.
True.
When I was director of the Family Nurse Practitioner Program, it was my first experience with the student paying a preceptor, but I didn't know that till the very end of the term, and the preceptor failed her. And she had paid $3,000. And he said, I agreed to precept you. I didn't agree to pay to pass you. So be very careful.
And I'm going to copy. Oh, nope, this is the wrong one. I am going to put the information in the chat, the link, because we do have our website is up now for the Alabama Preceptor Tax Incentive Program. And if you want to go find out more, or if you want to ask your preceptor or encourage your preceptor to look at this website. Other questions? Thank you, Lauren. Questions, comments? We are planning to have a primary care summit on January 25th here in Birmingham, Alabama, discussing the future of the healthcare workforce in Alabama and how can we address the shortages that are happening? How can we better prepare students for being in practice? So those are some of the issues. We had a board meeting last week, and our statewide advisory board, that was not last week. That was this week. My days are so mixed up. On Wednesday, yes. So right after that meeting, I flew out, and then this morning I flew back in. So that's why it has felt like a week already. But so during that meeting, we discussed potential topics for the preceptor tax, not preceptor tax, for the primary care summit. And so really look forward to getting everyone in the same room again. We'd love for scholars to be there. Also wanted to mention this, the Alabama Rural Health Association, their annual conference will be in Montgomery in February. I don't have that date, but someone else might have that date. And they are wanting to have students do presentations, do poster presentations at that meeting. So if you have a project that you're working on and are interested in adding this to your CV and showing your scholarships, showing some of the projects that you've been working on, we'd love to help you get to that goal and to meet that goal. But again, that's in February with the Alabama Rural Health Association in Montgomery.
Could you send out that information to everyone?
Yes, I can. I am not sure if they have. Rachel, have you seen that information in some of the, so Rachel also works on our newsletter and produces our newsletter for us. And so that's why I'm deferring to Rachel some too, because I know she's been looking at a lot of the different articles going in.
I don't have the info on the top of my head or right in front of me. I can send it out with the email with the presentation.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's always good if they're going to do a poster and they've never done one. There are sources for that, but it's always a good idea if you know where you're going to the conference you're going to, contact them and ask them, okay, how would you specifically like our poster to look? You know, they often have a format.
Yeah, I think they are they just decided this a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. They had the Alabama Rural Health Association board meeting, state board meeting, and they decided during that call to have the poster presentation. So I think this is new to them too. So I really just wanted to share that information as something that you guys could look forward to and to be on the lookout for. And we'll also share that information as soon as we get it, if we don't have it already. But let me look with Rachel and we'll try to get something back out to you as soon as possible.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'll just make sure that for the ones that do want to make poster presentations, we have time to get it formatted appropriately and everything.
Absolutely. Okay.
And Becky, they're also having, the Rural Healthcare Association is having these road shows, and one of them is at South Alabama on November the 1st.
Mm-hmm. And they're starting, I believe the 30th is in Camden, maybe?
Yes, October 30th.
And then Dothan is one, Montgomery is one, and Huntsville.
So October 30th in Camden, November 1st at Mobile at South Alabama, November 3rd at UAB Medical Campus, November 7th at Alabama State in Montgomery, and in Dothan, November 9th. And the Rural Health Conference is March 7th and 8th at the Embassy Suites here in Montgomery. I'll put those dates in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, Marcus. Extremely helpful.
And the one in Huntsville is at UAB Huntsville campus. So.
Okay. And one thing, speaking of UAB, one thing that I did not do when I introduced myself, the HRSA grant that funds AHEC program comes through UAB and the Department of Family and Community Medicine. And so we get funds from HRSA that way and are able to support the centers and the scholars coordinators through that. We also are able to have state funding. So the state sees the value in the work that we're doing and in the programs that you guys participate in, and also support the AHEC centers across the state. All right. So at one point, I think we'll continue to have these webinars every month. I know Rachel has scheduled some of them. If you have ideas for a webinar that you would like to see, ones that we've talked about, advocacy may be one. I know Deanne does an amazing job with advocacy work, and she and I have had the opportunity to do some of that together. Rachel has been able to secure a speaker for health disparity. Go ahead, Rachel. Yes, you unmuted. I'm going to let you.
Her name is Dr. Pia Sen. She works at UAB as a professor for health policy. And so the webinar is going to be on health policy and social determinants of health. Those are her main focuses. And that lines up with your coursework pretty well, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so that one will be on November 17th, same time, Friday, noon. So the registration for that will be out at the beginning of next week. And it'll be at the same place that you found the registration for this, or the same area of the website. So, but I'll send out an email and you guys will get all the information. So, yeah.
Thank you, Rachel. And then we've been looking at others as well, other sessions to host. But again, if you have one and a topic in mind that you really wish you could get more of, or would like to hear a speaker talk about, we welcome those ideas and really want to make this program be all that it can be for you. So in order to do that, we need to hear from you. So just give us your feedback as often as much as possible. And with that, I think that I will wrap up. If anyone else has anything to say. Well, again, we really do appreciate your time and your effort to be here today. We know that there are other time commitments that are pulling you in different directions, but to take the hour out of your day today, the 50 minutes, and to be with us, we know that that is something special. So we really appreciate that. We look forward to getting together again in a month. And if you need anything in between now and then, certainly contact your coordinators, but know that the state program office is always available to you as well. So thank you for your time. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.